up? BigHerc916, positivity, motivation. Just want to get at everybody these holidays to be grateful, to be happy, to be healthy, and to be around loved ones, because there are a lot of people who aren't as fortunate. You know, you have 10 toes, 10 fingers, you have your legs, you're able to move around. Well, think about, there's somebody out there that maybe doesn't have the ability to have 10 toes and 10 fingers. You know, there's somebody out there maybe that's, you know, sitting in a hospital somewhere. There's somebody out there maybe who's on the streets and, you know, they're trying to figure out where they're going to sleep at tonight. So there's people out there who have, misfortunate situations. And sometimes we, in the position we're in, because we don't have the material things, we think that, oh man, you know, if I only had this, if I only had that, that person looks like this. And then you have people who are trying to convince you if you get that stuff, you're gonna be a better person or feel better. And that's not necessarily true, man. You know, a lot of social media is bullshit. A lot of it, people are putting on a perception to basically feed off their followers, their subscribers. You know, YouTube, yeah, there are people making money, but you know, a lot of times, you know, people have regular jobs. You know, people have, you know, regular hustles. They're not, you know, sitting here making content all day. And to think that somebody you just subscribed off of YouTube is going to make you a millionaire is crazy, man. I mean, I've been doing this for 11 years. I'm not a millionaire from YouTube. You know, I do all right, but not from YouTube. But YouTube, because of the algorithm and because I speak my mind, I'm not trending like that. I do a lot of other things. I do my art. I do my little clothing stuff. You know, I have a few training clients as far as life coaching here and there. Nothing crazy, ain't no thousands of dollars, you know, but I just, you know, I'm grateful. You know, every now and here and there I buy and sell cars, do stuff, but, you know, just a regular dude, man. You know, the cars I've had for 10 years. I'm not pushing no new Ferrari, no new Lambo. I could, you know, probably sell everything and maybe go buy a used one, but for what? You know, I got an old school Chevelle I'm still working on, an old school Porsche, and an old school Cougar, man. Nothing new. Most of my cars are damn near, 50 years old. So I ain't got nothing new. All my shit is old, you know, and I don't pretend to act like I'm some super YouTuber and I'm in some, you know, crazy spot. If I was in something like that, I wouldn't really make it, you know, the topic of who I am, because my thing is to get ahead in life is to humble yourself in life. And I'm not saying you gotta act like you're a weenie, but I'm saying at the same time, give props to those who deserve props, and I'm not gonna, you know, try to act like I'm something I'm not, or I'm bigger than what I am. And I always try to put myself in a room that I'm the smallest person, so I can learn from somebody who's greater than me. And who am I competing against? It's just myself, man. I mean, I can't look at somebody else's social media. Oh man, he's doing this and that. Well, that's him. God has his plan. I'm on God's time. You know, I can't make God give me $1 million, $1 billion. I can't make God put me in the right room. You know, I've written scripts, I've written books. I've done a bunch of different stuff, designed shoes, designed car stuff. I've done all this stuff and I'm still waiting my turn. You know, I'm not giving up in the game. I'm still hustling. I'm still putting out stuff. I'm still creating art. I'm still networking. But I just know that I can't sit back and watch other people and think that somebody is going to give you something that is going to change your life through some type of conversation. You might hear something and be inspired, but you still got to put in the work. It's not gonna, to go and sit in on a seminar and the guy's telling you all the stuff. You leave there, you still got to apply your stuff. You still got to find the good house deal. If you're in the car flip, you still got to go find the contracts. If you're a builder or you do landscape, you still got to find a job. You still got to hustle, man. There's nothing that's gonna fall in your lap. You see people, oh, I'm selling this many shirts. I mean, maybe there are people selling that, but you still got to market. You still got to have a team. You got to do designs. Nothing just happens. Somebody, if they're saying, oh, I can make you do, how they can't make you, they can't give you anything you don't already have. You still got to put in the work. If somebody helps mentor you, or the biggest thing that people don't tell you about a lot of this social media shit and life in general, it's a connect, man. It's who you know. You know somebody that opens up a door that saves you basically a couple steps, that can help change your life. If somebody shows you a couple steps that you didn't know about, whether it's finding a manufacturer for clothing, I've sourced clothing from from China, from Hong Kong. I've sold things on eBay, things on Amazon. I mean, on not on Amazon, but on other websites. But at the end of the day, unless somebody's going to give you basically a shortcut through a connect, and they're not going to charge you $8 gazillion for it, then you're going to have to learn through making choices that sometimes don't win. There's, as far as like all this stuff where somebody, you still got to put out the content, you still got to edit, you still got to, be interesting, you still got to go out and find things that people want to hear about. There's no shortcuts to this shit, man. This YouTube shit, man, even if you have, I mean, dude, we've been grinding, and I got 2 channels, and if I sat back and just depended on my channels to eat, man, I'd be starving, man. You got to have. There's certain people that know this stuff more than others. Yeah, there are people who have worked for some of these tech companies and they know the algorithm, or they know how to put together ClickFunnels and this and that. But all I can say is that whatever you're thinking about spending, if you invest that in yourself, you're going to get a lot further. And a lot of times people don't tell you there's things that they did that they won't tell you that they did that helped them get to where they are, because they don't want nobody to know about that. And that's the misconception. That's the hidden gem in there, I used to see guys all the time in LA who have these businesses, who's doing this, who's doing that. Their dad had an automotive business, or their uncle was a producer for Paramount, or their cousin was a director for Sony. I mean, they don't tell you this stuff. You just think, wow, this guy just came up like this. He sold a script, he did this. And he had people, man, behind the scenes. A lot of these people have connections, and you can't be mad at it. It is what it is. You meet the right person, somebody likes you, they open up a door, they give you an opportunity to do a show, they offer you a deal. As long as you don't truck the deal off, you'll win. But there are a lot of unsaid, unspoken, behind the scenes, basically things that have taken place that you're not going to get from a seminar or somebody, talking to you over the phone. Those are things that you have to actually be there to witness. And a lot of times people aren't telling you the whole plan. They're telling you what you want to hear because it sounds good, but at the end of the day, you gotta have the pizzazz. You can't make somebody have pizzazz. You gotta come up with your brand, with your image. You have to put the work in, and nobody's gonna do that for you, especially for free. You have to do it yourself. You got to figure out who you are, what you want to project, where you want to go, and how all that's going to play out on social media. But, there's a lot of false perceptions about, YouTube. And there's people, like I said, you got guys on Twitch making, money just playing video games, But, I've seen guys get on there and not everybody's making the money. Some guys are playing video games for months and they're not making, half of what the other guy's making. But the other guy, he's got a platform. T-Pain said he's making more playing video games than he did, doing tours out of the country. But that's T-Pain. Some people are able to get in and they can run with it, and depending on how they work on their image, they can catch an algorithm and take off. And other people, man, they just, they're on there and they're just on there. But the thing is, as long as you don't give up, as long as you stick with it, as long as you keep your heart in the game, you will eventually win. God gives everybody their turn, I believe. Some, it might take longer than others, but as long as you're still in the game, you'll get your turn, man. But it's a hustle. There's nothing easy. People think, oh, you see overnight success guys and this and that, and they're driving this. I mean, dude, you can get leases, you can rent stuff. I mean, to make yourself look like something, it's not that hard if you don't mind, pretending. Some people are pretending, but there are a lot of people pretending. It's material stuff, and material stuff sells. You got, nice cars. People want to be down with somebody with a nice car or a hot chick. So I'm just saying, man, don't lose hope. Believe in yourself. Don't give up. God has a plan for you. If you're listening to this, if you're healthy, you're able to, walk around and function and, do the things that people who have all their faculties can do, then that's a blessing in itself. You got a roof over your head. You're able to spend time with your family. Man, value that time and stay hustling, Don't give up on yourself. Before Christmas and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, but your funky ass. Go to BigHerc916.com and pick you up a bundle of soap and wash that funky ass for the holidays. Visit BigHerc916.com to pick up a limited edition GTA poster signed by me for $10, or with your purchase of a Wig Splitter Porsche t-shirt, I'll throw in a free poster signed by me for you.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.